Good evening. Hello everybody. Hello everyone. It's another Friday and we are here together chilling on a Friday evening. It's a pleasure and an honor to be conversating with you tonight. We are talking about I am enough. So we started 2 weeks back, and first week we were talking about the power of I am. And last week we spoke to Ausimpo, who was sharing with us about her journey as a parent who is fortunate to raise a child with special needs. So last week turned out to be a very inspirational moment. Hope was restored. We saw God from a different perspective and we understood him better. Last week, a lot of people had their lives looking at themselves in the mirrors and realizing that, you know what, my life is not as bad as I thought it is. And from today, I know and understand that I can live and survive through each and every season of my life. We learned also that for every situation and circumstance that all of us come across, it means that you are made up, you are built for that. You are capable to come through it and to come out alive. We learned also that it's never the end of the road if you come across a situation that you were not prepared for mentally, especially. Sometimes we find ourselves in situations that we don't think we can handle, not knowing that from the beginning we were created for that. From the beginning, out of all these millions of people on this earth, we are the only person and people that can survive such. So today, we are talking about I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. And when we read about the word I am, we realize that it means that you exist. It means that you are here. It means that your presence wherever you are currently physically situated can be felt. People can see you. People can be influenced by or affected by your presence. They can touch you. They can talk to you. So, and the word enough means sufficient also. It means that if we need 5 liters of water to fill a 5-liter tank, the 5-liter water that we will fill in that, the minute it says 5 liter, we will have enough to fill this bucket, the 5-liter bucket. Enough means that as many or as much as it is required or needed to complete a certain mission. And now, when you understand this I am and enough, you bring them together, you make them one. You understand that when you are enough to complete the purpose for which you are here for. When you understand where I am and enough come from, or where they come together and become one, you understand that you are enough to walk the journey that you are created for. And once you get to that point, you realize that even your purpose can be discovered from understanding that you don't need anything extra coming from the outside. From the inside, you are enough. When you understand that you are enough, it means that you have lived all these years with yourself and you have seen your flaws, you understand that having these flaws doesn't mean that I am lesser of a person that is able to complete this mission. When you understand that you are enough, you accept the bad and the dark side of yourself that nobody else knows, that nobody else can come and say, 1, 2, 3, 4 things are not good about you. You know the things that are not good about you, and you have accepted them, and you understand that they do not degrade or decrease anything about you. When we read the Bible, Genesis 1, we learn that God in the beginning, the world was formless, it was empty, there was darkness all over the place. Then God came into the picture because his spirit was hovering over the width of the water. And God came in, let there be light. From the words he spoke, there was light. And he said, this light that I just created from this darkness, I have to give it an identity. I have to give it a name so that it will be able to identify itself among other things that I as God have created. And God said, let there be light, and this light shall be called day. And this day shall be separated from the dark, which I'm going to call and also give an identity to be night, to be evening. And it was so. And God said, what I have created is perfect. It is good. When we go down with chapter 1, we realize that God spoke everything into existence. He created all the trees. He separated water from the ground. He created all animals, all birds and whatnot, through words that he spoke with his mouth. Then after everything, after God created all the things that he knew that will be perfect and that are needed to complete the mission that he has as God about life, he said something is missing. I need myself to come here and live among these things. I need myself to come down here in the level of these things that I have created. I need myself to come and look after all this, to manage all these things that are here, that I have created. Because I, as God, am purpose, and I am purposeful about everything that I do. Then God said, let us create man in our own image and likeness. Let's read chapter 26 until 30. It says that, then God said, let us make man in our own image, according to our likeness. They will rule the fish of the sea, the birds of the sky, the livestock, all the earth, and the creatures that crawl on earth. So God, verse 27, so God created man in his own image. He created him in the image of God. He created them, male and female. 28, God blessed them, and God said to them, be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth and subdue it. Rule the fish of the sea, the birds of the sky, and every creature that crawls on the earth. 29. God also said, look, I have given you every seed-bearing plant on the surface of the entire earth, and every tree whose fruit contains seed. This food will be for you. 30. For all the wildlife of the earth, for every bird of the sky, and for every creature that crawls on the earth. Everything having the breath of life on it. I, as God, have given every green plant for food. And it was so. When we read chapter 26, we understand that when it came to creating a person, when it came to creating us, God had a conversation. to say now that everything is good, it's perfect, I need a manager, I need someone, I need myself to come down and look after all my creation. And God said, let us create men in our own image and likeness. They will rule over, they will take charge, they will be able to manage everything that I have created, because they have my being, because they have me in them. And from that, I understand, and we understand, Hori, it means that who God is, that's who we are. As He created everything from speaking, it means we can also do the same thing. When you understand the power of being enough, it's when you understand that when God created you, what He had in mind was that you need to come here in this world that you know nothing about according to your own understanding, but to rule over it, to look after all the creations that God has created for you. And He also gave you an authority over all the plants. He gave you the seed for you to plant so that you can have food, meaning that you have the ability to create food, meaning that you have the ability to create things and bring them into existence through your faith and the words of your mouth. Being enough means that you don't have to be perfect, but you have to have an understanding that whatever happens outside of you does not change who you are. Understand that you are enough helps you get over situations that you were not prepared for, especially mentally. Knowing that you are enough is another way of reconciling with yourself, because all of us, we were born powerful. We were born knowing that, you know what, I can conquer anything that comes across me. But as time goes by, life happens. When that happens, you lose focus of who you are. You completely have your identity mixed up with what happens around you. And you need to reconcile with your true self so that you can understand and fully live into the blessings that God has given unto you. Knowing that you are enough, it's for you to understand that you are not born to impress anyone. You are not born to show off any of your talents or to live your life trying to be accepted by anyone. But you have already accepted yourself. But you have already made peace with some of the things that may not look perfect to you. And in that journey, you learn how to fulfill your purpose with your flaws. You learn how to fulfill your purpose with your weaknesses. And you focus only in making sure that as far as I'm concerned, this is why I am here. All these other things, God will take care of them. And it helps you to fully also accept others. Knowing that you are enough gives you and brings you to a position where you understand that all of us are walking and living different journeys. And all of us are allowed to do the best that we can to survive in it. Meaning that you learn how to live in peace with everyone, as it is also required by the word of God. And what does also being enough means? It means that you don't need anything from the outside to come and give you value, because everything that you need comes from the inside. Anything that you need to remind you that you are valuable, you carry value, it comes from the inside. That is why it's very important to reconcile with who God made you to be, so that anything happening outside of you does not change anything about you. So the benefits of understanding that you are enough are found in Genesis 1 verse 28. I'm going to mention few. The first one is understanding that you are blessed. One of the benefits of understanding that, of knowing that you are enough, is understanding that you are blessed and you are made whole in all areas of your life. You have the ability to be anything that you want. The second one is that you understand that God has made you to be fruitful. You understand that God has it is God's purpose for you to multiply. The third one, it is God's mandate for you to multiply. It's God's mandate for you to be fruitful, discover your purpose, and run with it. And as you multiply, you discover more of the gifts that God has given unto you. And the same God will supply all that you are going to need as you run with this purpose, as you discover and nurture these gifts. The fourth one, feel the earth. When you feel the earth, is when you start touching lives with what God has given to you, with all the gifts that God has given to you. It's when you understand that your purpose it's not for you. Your life you are living and waking up every day, not for yourself, but for the purpose of God, which is to fill the earth with himself, with God. And also, you expand as you discover your purpose. You learn how to expand. You learn how to touch lives even when you are seated at your own house, like we are currently doing via social media. Then you subdue. Subduing means you overcome all challenges. Because as you discover your purpose, you will always have now opposition, things coming against you, things coming and trying to discourage you, things trying to make you feel lesser of a person that God has made you to be. You subdue, you overcome all. And how do you overcome? You overcome by understanding who you are. You overcome by going back to Genesis 1 to say, God created me in his own image and his ability. Therefore, I have the ability and what it takes to conquer this situation. And also when you remember that I am born for 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't think I have yet fulfilled that, and I am still walking in this journey, you have the fighting spirit to overcome. Number 6, you rule over. You rule over what? You rule over any situation and circumstance that is trying to come against what God has told you. You rule over everything that God has said, you know what, this is your journey. This is what I want you to do on earth. Then you start ruling over everything that is trying to stand against the purpose and the will of God in your life. Then, number 6 was ruling over, was the last one. So when you understand that I am enough, when you look yourself in the mirror, you see God. You see the complete work that God has made, the perfect and perfection creation that God has made. When you walk every day with that attitude, no circumstance will come and shift your focus from seeking out into fulfilling the purpose of God. As I conclude, understand that you have the nature of God. Understand that inside of you there is a powerful person, a powerful individual who will be able to bring into existence every desire that you have, everything that you dream to see yourself having. It is possible only if you can reconcile with yourself, your true self. And you are God, and anything you desire is already within you. All you have to do is to trust yourself enough to say, I want to see these things come into life. I want to see these things coming into existence. So, as we go about our business this coming weekend, the end of May, yes, it's winter, it's the end of May, and we are going to enter a new month this coming week. Put it in mind that you are enough. When you are called for a position, for an interview or any role, just know that they did not just mistakenly choose you, but your destiny is aligned into making sure that you are approached for that position. Go for it. Be bold enough to stand and say, I am enough for this position. When you come across a situation that makes you think like you are lesser of a person, remind yourself that I am enough. It is me, like everything about this thing, it's written me. I am enough. Every day before you leave your house, look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that I am enough. I'm going out there to conquer. I'm going out there to subdue. I'm going out there to rule over. I am going out there to make sure that the God in me is being identified and felt. And remember, the main thing of all this creation of God is to make sure that humankind understand that God exists, understand that the all-powerful God who is our Father is real, and they will see them through us. So when you leave your house every day, understand that I am enough, and it is through you that God will understand and see God. Let us represent God in everything that we do through understanding the main purpose God created us. And also to remember that God could have chosen anyone else to be you, but he chose you to be you, and he made you unique. You are not like even your sibling. You are unique, and your purpose is so unique. That is why he gave it to you. That is why you are the only one who understands it. So June is coming. Understand that you are enough. Understand that you are blessed. Understand that you will conquer. Understand that you will subdue. You will rule over. Understand that everything that you touch is blessed because you are a blessing walking. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend and keep warm. And but please pay all your dikoloto and enjoy the rest of the weekend. Thank you. Bye. God bless you.